Welcome to Topical Economics. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss any of our insightful videos on key economic concepts. In today's video, we're diving into the topic of demand. I'll be walking you through some past paper multiple-choice questions, carefully analyzing each one to explain why the correct answer is what it is. Whether you're preparing for exams or just want to strengthen your understanding of economics, this video will help you get to grip with important concepts in a clear and practical way. So, let's get started. Starting with the first question. What will cause the demand curve for a good to shift to the right? A. A decrease in the disposable income of consumers. B. A decrease in the price of a complement good. C. A decrease in the price of a substitute good. D. A decrease in the price of the good. This question is from year 2022 May-June version 2. The correct answer for this question is option B, a decrease in the price of a complement good. When the price of a complement good decreases, it makes the combined purchase of both goods more affordable. For example, if the price of printers falls, consumers are more likely to buy both a printer and ink cartridges, which are complementary goods. This increases the demand for the original good, causing the demand curve to shift to the right. Now, let's look at the other options. Option A. A decrease in the disposable income of consumers would typically reduce consumers' purchasing power, leading to a decrease in demand for many goods. This would cause the demand curve to shift to the left, not to the right. Next, option C. A decrease in the price of a substitute good would encourage consumers to buy the cheaper substitute instead of the original good, leading to a decrease in the demand for the original good. This causes the demand curve for the original good to shift to the left. Lastly, option D. A decrease in the price of the good does not shift the demand curve. A change in the price of the good itself causes a movement along the demand curve, resulting in a change in quantity demanded, not a shift in the curve. Moving to the second question. What determines a consumer's demand for a product? This question is from year 2021 May-June version 2. The correct answer for this question is option A. First, the consumer's income. As a consumer's income increases, they have more purchasing power, which generally increases their demand for goods and services. Conversely, if a consumer's income decreases, they may demand fewer goods. This is a fundamental principle in economics known as the income effect. Next, the consumer's willingness to buy the product. A consumer's preferences, tastes, and needs heavily influence their willingness to buy a product. This could be influenced by factors such as advertising, social trends, or personal preferences. For instance, if a consumer values a product highly, they might be more willing to buy it, even if the price is higher. Lastly, the price of the product is a critical factor. In most cases, as the price of a product rises, the demand for it falls, and vice versa, assuming all other factors remain constant. This relationship is represented by the law of demand, which states that there is an inverse relationship between the price of a good and the quantity demanded. Moving to question 3. The diagram shows the demand curve for coffee in the U.S. Why did the quantity demanded move from Q1 to Q2? A. Coffee became cheaper. B. Incomes rose in the U.S. C. There was a successful advertising campaign by coffee retailers. D. The price of substitutes for coffee rose. This question is from year 2020 October-November version 3. The correct answer for this question is option A. This is clearly seen from the diagram that as the quantity demanded increases from Q1 to Q2, the price has decreased from P1 to P2, suggesting that the price of coffee is lesser now, hence coffee has become cheaper. Moving to question 4. The table shows the sales of cold drinks made by a company in the UK in 2016 and 2017. Demand for cold drinks is influenced by changes in the temperature. In 2016, the sales followed the usual seasonal pattern. In which month of 2017 was the usual pattern disturbed? A. May. B. June. C. July. D. August. This question is from year 2019 October, November, version 1. The correct answer for this question is option B, June. In both 2016 and 2017, the sales of cold drinks followed a seasonal pattern, with sales generally increasing as the months progressed, likely due to rising temperatures. In 2016, sales rose steadily from 300,000 cans in April to 620,000 cans in August, reflecting the typical demand for cold drinks during warmer months. This upward trend continued in 2017 for the months of April, May, July, and August, where sales followed a similar pattern, though slightly lower than the previous year. However, in June 2017, sales unexpectedly dropped to 270,000 cans, a significant decrease compared to 550,000 cans in June 2016. This sharp decline disrupted the usual seasonal pattern, as the sales in June should have followed the upward trend observed in previous months. This anomaly could have been caused by an unusual weather pattern, a marketing issue, or other external factors that affected consumer behavior in June. After June, sales returned to a rising trend, suggesting that June was an outlier and not part of the regular pattern. Therefore, June is the month when the usual pattern of increasing sales was disturbed. Moving to question 5. Petrol, fuel, retailers in a country have noticed a sharp increase in sales in August when many people take their holidays. Why might this take place? A. Consumers' demand curve for petrol shifts to the left in August. B. Consumers' demand curve for petrol shifts to the right in August. C. Oil refineries increase their output in August. D. Travel companies increase their hotel prices in August. This question is from year 2018 October, November, version 2. The correct answer for this question is option B. Consumers' demand curve for petrol shifts to the right in August. During August, many people in many countries take their holidays, which often involves traveling by car. As a result, the demand for petrol, fuel, typically increases. This is a direct reflection of a shift in the demand curve for petrol to the right, meaning that at any given price, consumers are willing to buy more petrol. The increase in demand occurs because more people are driving longer distances for vacations or leisure trips, leading to a higher overall consumption of fuel. Analyzing the other options. Option A. Consumers' demand curve for petrol shifts to the left in August. Would suggest that the demand for petrol decreases in August, which contradicts the scenario of a sharp increase in sales. Since more people are traveling during their holidays, demand for petrol typically increases, not decreases. Next, option C. Oil refineries increase their output in August. While increased output from refineries could influence the supply of petrol, it doesn't directly explain the increase in demand. The scenario describes a situation where sales are higher, which is more likely due to higher demand rather than a supply-side increase. The shift in demand is driven by consumer behavior, more travel, not by a change in supply from oil refineries. Lastly, option D. Travel companies increase their hotel prices in August. Is unrelated to the demand for petrol. While hotel prices might increase during peak travel seasons, this is not the primary factor influencing petrol sales. Petrol demand is more directly affected by the number of people traveling, not the cost of accommodation. Moving to question 6. The diagram shows the demand for and the supply of air travel. What could cause a shift of the demand curve from D1 to D2? A. An increase in airline costs. B. An increase in airport taxes. C. An increase in incomes. D. An increase in worldwide terrorism. This question is from year 2018 October, November, version 3. The correct answer for this question is option C. An increase in incomes. When incomes increase, people generally have more disposable income to spend on leisure and travel. As a result, the demand for air travel rises because more people can afford to book flights for vacations, business trips, or other purposes. This increase in the number of people able to afford air travel causes the demand curve for air travel to shift to the right, meaning that at every price level, consumers are willing to purchase more flights. Higher incomes make air travel more accessible, leading to an overall increase in demand. Moving to question 7. What is least likely to lead to an increase in consumer spending on a new car? A. A decrease in the cost of car repairs. B. A decrease in the price of petrol. C. A decrease in the rate of interest. D. A decrease in train fares. This question is from year 2018 May-June version 3. The correct answer for this question is option D. A decrease in train fares is least likely to lead to an increase in consumer spending on a new car because it makes public transportation more affordable and attractive, which could actually reduce the need for consumers to purchase a new car. If train fares become cheaper, people may prefer using public transportation instead of buying a car, thus decreasing the demand for new cars. The other options are more likely to increase car spending. Option A. Decrease in the cost of car repairs. If the cost of maintaining and repairing a car goes down, owning a car becomes more affordable. This could make consumers more willing to purchase a new car, as the ongoing expenses of car ownership are lower. Next, option B. A decrease in the price of petrol. Lower petrol prices reduce the cost of driving, making car ownership more economical. This could encourage consumers to buy a new car, especially if they are concerned about fuel expenses. Lastly, option C. A decrease in the rate of interest. Lower interest rates make it cheaper to finance a new car purchase, as monthly payments become more affordable. This would likely encourage more consumers to buy a new car. Moving to question 8. The diagram shows the demand for chocolate. What could cause the movement from point X to point Y? A. A change in tastes. B. A fall in the price of chocolate. C. An increase in income. D. A successful advertising campaign for chocolate. This question is from year 2017 May-June version 1. The correct answer for this question is option B. A fall in the price of chocolate. When the price of chocolate falls, consumers are typically willing to buy more of it, assuming all other factors remain constant. As a result, the quantity demanded increases, and we move to a higher quantity on the same demand curve. This movement is to the right along the demand curve, indicating an increase in the quantity demanded due to the lower price. Moving to question 9. Tea is a very popular drink in Turkey and Morocco, but coffee is an alternative drink preferred by many people. Many cafes provide a small biscuit with either a cup of tea or coffee. Some people put sugar in the drinks to sweeten them. How would the relation between these goods be classified? This question is from year 2017 May-June version 1. The correct answer for this question is option C. Tea and coffee are both popular beverages and serve a similar function as drinks consumed to refresh or energize people. If the price of tea rises, some people might choose coffee as a substitute, and vice versa. Hence, these goods are substitutes. Next, tea and biscuits are typically consumed together. Many cafes provide a biscuit with a cup of tea, and also with coffee. When people buy more tea, they often buy more biscuits to accompany it. Therefore, tea and biscuits are complements. Lastly, coffee and sugar are typically used together. Many people add sugar to their coffee to sweeten it. If more people consume coffee, they may also demand more sugar to sweeten their coffee, making them complements. Moving to question 10. People often eat biscuits when they drink a cup of tea. Between 2010 and 2015, the consumption of sweet biscuits decreased because of health warnings about high sugar consumption. Sales of tea, as a result, also fell. How would this be shown on demand and supply diagrams for biscuits and tea? This question is from year 2017 May-June version 3. The correct answer for this question is option A. Demand curve moves to the left for both biscuits and tea. First, let us look at biscuits. The consumption of sweet biscuits fell between 2010 and 2015 due to health warnings about high sugar consumption. As a result, the demand for biscuits decreased. In economic terms, a decrease in demand is represented by a shift of the demand curve to the left. So, the demand curve for biscuits would move to the left in the diagram. Now, for tea, since people often consume biscuits with tea, the decline in biscuit consumption also led to a decrease in tea consumption. If fewer people are buying biscuits, they are less likely to pair them with tea, causing a decrease in demand for tea as well. Again, this is represented by the demand curve for tea shifting to the left on the demand and supply diagram. Moving to question 11. A demand curve shows the relationship between the quantity demanded and A. A change in income. B. Consumer tastes. C. The supply of the product. D. The price of the product. This question is from year 2016 October, November, version 2. The correct answer for this question is option D. A demand curve shows the relationship between the quantity demanded of a good and its price. It represents how much of a product consumers are willing and able to buy at different price levels, assuming all other factors, like income, tastes, etc., remain constant. Moving to question 12. The diagram shows a shift in the demand curve for table tennis balls. What is the most likely cause for this shift in the demand curve? A. A fall in the price of the equipment for substitute games. B. An increase in the membership of table tennis clubs. C. A rise in membership fees of table tennis clubs. D. The building of more sports clubs providing table tennis. This question is from year 2015 October, November, version 1. The correct answer for this question is option B. An increase in the membership of table tennis clubs, the demand to the right as seen in the diagram. Thank you for watching this video on demand multiple choice questions. I hope the explanations of past paper questions and the reasoning behind the correct answers helped clarify some key concepts. If you found this video useful, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Topical Economics for more insightful lessons and exam tips. Your support is truly appreciated, and it encourages me to keep creating valuable content to help you succeed. Feel free to leave any questions in the comments, and I'll be happy to assist. Thanks again for being a part of the Topical Economics community.